Hey guys, welcome back. Bolt Spider here, and I want to showcase a deck that I've been testing out here and there, and it is Odd Eyes Magician. Well, more so of a Pendulum Mash deck, but I have been having fun with this deck, as there's many things that you can do with it, many routes and all of that. So let's get right into it. So first off, we have 3 Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon. This searches every Odd Eyes card that there is, because you can discard this card, and you pay 500 life points, add a 1 level 8 or lower Dragon Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand, and this is actually very nice getting out things like your Ritual monster, or, like my case, the Luster Pendulum. After that, we have the 1 Oath Dragon Magician, because this is just staple in Pendulum decks for the Magician side, because it recycles everything, and if it's special summoned, it summons an Odd Eyes or Pendulum monster from your graveyard except itself, or adds it back to your hand, which is quite nice. Now, I am running the Artifact Dagda engine with the Hulk, so be aware of that. Next up, we have 2 Luster Pendulums. I really think that this card's still pretty good, because you can summon it off of Ignister, Danister, so you can summon it either from the graveyard if you discarded it, or you can summon it from the deck to get you another tuner, so you can do some plays. After that, we have double Skullcrobat Joker. I can't wait to put this to 3, because this is actually a very needed card, even though that we have cards that does its job. Double Wisdom Eye. Feel like that this is more so of 2 of now, along with double Iris Magician. I really didn't have room, because I wanted to test all the new cards. Then we have Performapal Celestial Magician. Very interesting card. Rarely pops up though. Thinking of cutting it for another card. We have double Performapal Gentrude, along with double Lady Agni. These 2 always work good in pairs, and I definitely have to say that they're very good. Then we have the double Performapal Pendulum Zork. I could drop the Celestial Magician for the 3rd, but I'd rather keep it all at pretty much streamlined 2s. Double Purple Poison. I've ran 3 before, but I can run 2. Harmonizing Magician is the main 3 of, because it's such a very good card. And we have the double Lady Agni. Very good card if you draw another Performapal and you don't need them. You just discard them to get 2 draws, which is fine. I'm running the 1 Noble Dragon Magician. This is a level 1 Pendulum Tuner that you can summon off of Harmonizing Magician. So you can go into things like Odd Eyes, Meteor Burst, or if you need another monster for something like a Hulk of Vibrax. Then we have the 1 Performapal Odd Eyes Synchron. Very, very good card. If you summon it, you can, if it's special summon from the extra deck and used for a synchro material, banish it. When it's normal, do you target a level 3 or lower Performapal or Odd Eyes monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but the effects are negated. That's why Lady Agni is good, because you can just reborn it for free. Then you can go into a Hulk or a Dagda if you need to be. And only 1 Odd Eyes Pendulum Graph Dragon. I feel like 3 is brick, 2 is okay, but 1's fine. It's perfect. Now for the spells, we have Triple Duelist Alliance. It searches out 90% of your deck. 3 Pendulum Call gets to your Magicians faster. Thinking of cutting it down to 2 for consistency purposes, as I want to run 2 of the extra Pendulum. Such a very good card that allows you to Pendulum Summon from the extra deck for a 2nd time. After that, we have double Star Pendulum Graph. Since we're running the double Irises along with the double Time Pendulum Graph, because these 2 are very good in pairs. And finally, we have the Sky Iris. Thinking of cutting it, but it searches your Odd Eyes cards. But I feel like it's not really necessary, but I like it, in my opinion, just to have, as it's more copies of Revolution into your Pendulum Graph Dragon, even though Pendulum Graph Dragon is 100% searchable. And for the extra deck, we have Danister Power, Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, Baroness de Fleur, because you make it with the Dagda Hulk combo, the Ignister Prominence, 1 Odd Eyes Meteor Burst, and a TG Wonder Magician. For the extra deck, we have Absolute Dragon. This is a card that you can make, but it comes up rarely, which I think is still worth it, because it still summons out Vortex Dragon for free. We have the 1 Time Star Magician, Tornado Dragon, and Abyss Dweller. We also have Exis Code Talker, Appaloosa, Selene, Artifact Dagda, and Hulk. Now let's see what we can do in a test hand, and this is like one of the perfect hands that you can get. So what you can do, you can activate the Wisdom Eye Magician, use Dual Salon. Well, I wouldn't have done that, I would have done Agony actually, but in this instance, we could still do quite a bit of things. So since we activated the Wisdom Eye, we kind of have to get the Double Iris Magician, but that's still fine since we could just activate it, pop this to get a purple poison scale, or we can get an Oath Dragon for an extra monster, but it really depends, and we can get stuff back from this. Now, I'm going to activate the effect so we could grab this. Now we're going to have more to deal with to actually just do stuff, because our harmonizing triggers, and you really can get anything that you want. So at this point, I usually go for Noble Dragon, but since we already have a good setup, I'm going to summon out something like a purple poison. So we can go up into a Selene and get 3. Then we can Pendulum Summon from the extra deck again if we would like to. Or we could just do the whole Hulk into Dagda play. Or we could do a Apollousa Pendulum Summon 3 again. But it all really depends on what else we do. So I feel like Apollousa for 4 is going to be fine. So we summon this out, activate the extra Pendulum, and then we get to special summon 2. And after that, we can go into something like the Dagda. So we're going to get a Scythe, but not really worth it. But we have a hand like this. All we have to do is really activate Agni to get the Duelist Alliance. And sometimes I really do think I should cut something like the Wisdom Eyes, because sometimes it's not worth it. But after that, discard the Harmonizing. We could have kept the Harmonizing in hand, but sometimes other things can happen. So the other scale that we're going to grab is going to be the Double Iris, along with Harmonizing, so we can scale up the Double Iris, and then we can Pendulum Summon for 2. But this is a deck that I've really just been testing out to see how it is, and in my opinion, I like it. Just needs a few of the cards on the list to really come off the list. And one of your main end boards is pretty much just Dagda and Hulk, along with a set Scythe. And then after that, we're just going to end the turn. Our opponent turn, standby, they activate a monster effect or summon out a monster. We go Wonder Magician, use Wonder Magician, popping the Scythe. Scythe's effect triggers to summon it out. Then we're going to use the effect of Wonder Magician to go into a Baroness de Fleur. And that's how we summon out Baroness de Fleur. And off of that, we gain a negate, which is quite pretty cool. Now, after that, you just go Sky Iris, pop a scale. You always want to pop your Double Iris because it gets to everything. And I forgot to search, but that's fine, because it would just been another Pendulum Graph, and we could just search again. Or like a Luster Pendulum, or we could grab a Odd Eyes Pendulum Graph. I feel like just Luster Pendulum would be better at this point, as we could just scale up. And we could Pendulum Summon for 2. But yeah, this deck, I've been having a lot of fun with it. And I definitely feel like it has potential in the future for being a solid deck that I could say 100%. It's going to become a solid deck again if we get a few key pieces back, but we'll see on how that will be. But I hope you guys did enjoy this showcase, and I want to see what you guys could do with pendulums. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. I hope you guys did enjoy, and see you guys in the next video.